In our interconnected world, distance means less than ever before. The digital age has brought us closer together, making it possible to share information instantaneously across vast distances. Whether it's through social media, news websites, or mobile apps, we have unprecedented access to a wealth of information at our fingertips. Events in one corner of the globe can ripple outward, impacting the lives of people thousands of miles away. A political decision in one country can affect global markets. A natural disaster can prompt international aid, and a scientific breakthrough can inspire innovation worldwide. The interconnectedness of our world means that staying informed is more crucial than ever. Staying informed about world news is not just about being aware of current events. It's about understanding the forces shaping our collective future. By keeping up with global developments, we can better anticipate changes and adapt to new circumstances. This knowledge helps us make informed decisions in our personal and professional lives. From political upheavals to technological breakthroughs, the global landscape is constantly evolving. Political protests can lead to significant policy changes, scientific advancements can revolutionize industries, and international business meetings can forge new economic partnerships. Each of these events contributes to the dynamic nature of our world. By paying attention to world news, we gain valuable insights into different cultures, perspectives, and challenges. Understanding the cultural context behind news stories allows us to appreciate the diversity of human experiences. It also helps us recognize the commonalities that unite us, fostering a sense of global solidarity. This understanding fosters empathy and allows us to engage in more meaningful conversations about the world around us. When we are informed, we can discuss global issues with greater depth and nuance, contributing to a more informed and compassionate society. Education and awareness are key to building bridges between different communities. In an era marked by complexity and rapid change, staying informed empowers us to become more informed citizens of the world. It equips us with the knowledge needed to participate in democratic processes, advocate for social justice, and support sustainable development. Being well informed is a responsibility that comes with being part of a global community. It allows us to make sense of the present and navigate the uncertainties of the future. By staying updated on current events, we can better understand the trends and patterns that shape our world. This foresight enables us to prepare for potential challenges and seize new opportunities as they arise. Let's delve into some of the most pressing global news stories of the day and explore their significance for a global audience. By examining these stories, we can gain a deeper appreciation of the complexities and interconnections that define our world. Together, let's stay informed and engaged, contributing to a more knowledgeable and connected global society. World leaders have gathered this week at the annual Climate Change Summit, a pivotal event that brings together the most influential figures from across the globe. This summit is not just another meeting. It is a critical juncture where decisions made could shape the future of our planet for generations to come. Grappling with the increasingly urgent crisis facing our planet, leaders are engaging in intense discussions about the most pressing environmental issues of our time. The stakes have never been higher, and the urgency is palpable in every conversation and debate. The summit comes on the heels of yet another year of extreme weather events, which have served as stark reminders of the reality of climate change. These events are no longer anomalies, but are becoming the new norm. From devastating floods that have displaced thousands to unprecedented heat waves that have scorched vast regions, the evidence of climate change is undeniable and increasingly severe. Scientists warn that without immediate action, the consequences of climate change will become irreversible. Their research and data paint a grim picture of a future where natural disasters become more frequent and more deadly. The summit's agenda includes ambitious goals to reduce greenhouse gas emissions, aiming for a significant reduction by mid-century. These goals are not just numbers on a page. They represent a commitment to changing the trajectory of our environmental impact. Transitioning to renewable energy sources is a key component of these goals. Solar panels, wind turbines, and other renewable technologies are being highlighted as essential tools in the fight against climate change. However, reaching a consensus among nations with varying economic interests and priorities remains a significant challenge. The negotiations are complex, with each country bringing its own set of concerns and demands to the table. Developing countries argue that developed nations, historically responsible for the majority of emissions, should bear a greater burden in tackling the crisis. This debate over responsibility and fairness is a central theme of the summit. The outcome of this summit will have profound implications for the future of our planet. The agreements reached here could determine the success or failure of global efforts to combat climate change. The world is watching as leaders debate and negotiate, with the hope that they will rise above their differences and find common ground. The pressure is immense, and the eyes of the world are on them. Hoping for a unified and decisive response to this global challenge, the summit aims to foster collaboration and solidarity. The goal is to create a cohesive strategy that all nations can commit to, ensuring a sustainable and resilient future for all. The 21st century has witnessed a resurgence of interest in space exploration, with both nations and private companies vying for a foothold in the cosmos. This new space race, however, is marked by a complex interplay of cooperation and competition. International collaborations, such as the International Space Station, have demonstrated the immense potential of shared knowledge and resources in advancing space exploration. However, national ambitions and the pursuit of economic and strategic advantages also fuel competition among nations. The exploration of space holds immense promise for scientific discovery, technological advancement, and potentially even the future of humanity. As we venture further into the cosmos, the need for international cooperation and responsible stewardship of space will only become more critical. Section 4. A world divided. The widening gap between rich and poor. Amidst technological advancements and global interconnectedness, the gap between the world's richest and poorest continues to widen at an alarming rate. The rapid pace of innovation and economic growth has not been evenly distributed, leaving vast segments of the population behind. While some enjoy unprecedented wealth and luxury, others face daily struggles just to survive. This growing economic disparity poses significant challenges to global stability and prosperity. The stark contrast between the affluent and the impoverished is not just a statistic. It is a reality that affects millions of lives. The frustration and anger of those left behind often manifest in social unrest and protests, as people demand fairer opportunities and a more equitable distribution of resources. The concentration of wealth in the hands of a few while millions struggle to make ends meet fuels social unrest, political instability, and hinders economic growth. This imbalance creates a vicious cycle where the rich get richer and the poor get poorer, exacerbating existing inequalities. Political debates often center around these issues, but meaningful change requires more than just words. It demands action and commitment from all sectors of society. It undermines the very fabric of our societies and erodes trust in institutions. When people see that the system is rigged against them, their faith in government, businesses, and even their communities diminishes. This erosion of trust can lead to a breakdown in social cohesion, making it even harder to address the root causes of inequality. Addressing this widening gap requires a multifaceted approach, including investing in education and healthcare, promoting fair trade practices, and ensuring that everyone has access to the opportunities they need to succeed. Education and healthcare are fundamental rights that can empower individuals to break the cycle of poverty and build better futures for themselves and their families. Tackling tax evasion and corruption is also crucial. These practices siphon off resources that could be used to improve public services and infrastructure, further entrenching inequality. Governments and institutions must work together to create transparent systems that hold individuals and corporations accountable. It's a moral imperative and an economic necessity to create a more just and equitable world for all. By working together, we can build societies where everyone has the chance to thrive, regardless of their background or economic status. This vision of a fairer world is not just a dream. It is a goal that we must strive to achieve for the sake of future generations. Section 5. Beyond the headlines. Climate change impacts on vulnerable communities. While climate change is a global crisis, its impacts are not felt equally. Vulnerable communities, often in developing countries with limited resources, bear the brunt of extreme weather events, rising sea levels, and food insecurity. From small island nations facing existential threats to coastal communities grappling with displacement, the human cost of climate change is becoming increasingly apparent. These communities often lack the infrastructure, resources, and adaptive capacity to cope with the escalating impacts. It's imperative that international efforts to address climate change prioritize the needs of these vulnerable communities. Financial assistance, technology transfer, and capacity building are crucial to help them adapt to a changing climate and build resilience.